Hello, Internet, and welcome back to Saturday night's Mistborn. We are here to play some more of the Mistborn RPG. So thank you for being with us for our session 2 officially. Unfortunately, we don't have Orion with us today. There were some things involving mold and pieces of and appliances in his house, and that he's not going to be able to make it. But we're going to carry on and keep learning this gosh dang game together. Before we get into our recap and start talking about what we're going to be doing here today, I'm going to talk about our announcements and everything we've got going on the channel. Our next stream after this one will be tomorrow. That is Sunday at 4 o'clock Eastern time. Savannah runs a game called Thursday's Children, where we're playing Väsen, which is a Nordic horror investigative game. And we've been doing that for a little while now. So come hang out while we're finishing. We're escaping from a burning building and maybe fighting a mermaid.
And there's a priest with a gun.
And there's a priest with a gun. It got a little wild at the end of the last session. But yeah, that's our next stream after this one. Our schedule throughout next week should hopefully be normal. We had a few cancellations these past couple days because of just life and stuff. And hopefully we can get back on track next week. So look at our full schedule below our faces live on Twitch. If you're here, if you're on YouTube some point in the future, head over our Twitch page. You can see whatever we're doing right now, because who knows what that is. I'm going to go ahead and stop talking for a bit and let my players introduce themselves, talk about anything they've got going on, anything they want to promote, or just how their week's going, and talk about who they're playing here tonight. Starting with, I don't have the
It's
list,
me.
I realize. Starting with Savannah.
It's me. Hi, I'm Savvy. I'm at Savvy Seaworth on the internets, mostly on Twitter, where you can find my streaming schedule pinned to the top of my page. I'm here Thursdays through Sundays, either playing in games or running them, particularly Thursday's Children right now on Sunday. Yes, it's confusing. No, I don't care. We're playing Väsen, and it's really fun. And other games on the channel as well. You can also find me Sunday nights at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time on twitch.tv/lbhackemup, playing Dungeons and Dragons, where I play a centaur druid who's obsessed with the stars and desperately needs to find her kidnapped twin brother. But I'm not doing any of that today. Today I'm playing Violette Laurent. She is a Mistborn. I forgot what I was supposed to say to introduce my character for this one.
Well, that's good, I think. Alex.
Hello, I'm Alex, OMG, it's some guy on the internet on this channel Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Mistborn Saturdays. Tuesday we'll be back with something next week. We got to figure it out because Nature decided now we're not streaming this past week, so we'll decide if we're going to try and continue with the Burbs session, which is now in Savage Worlds, or if we'll be back with masks. So, keep your eyes peeled. We probably won't know what we're doing until, it's time to go live, because that's how Tabletop Tuesdays goes. In tonight's game, I am playing Hadzel, who is a keeper, a practitioner of feruchemy.
RJ.
Hey everybody, it's me, RJ. You can catch me at RJ on Twitter and Twitch, where I tweet about the nerdy things in my life and sometimes stream video games with my friends. I'm all over the internet this time around. So I tweet whenever I go live. Mostly you could find me here on Thursdays and Saturdays. Thursdays in our Elegant Magic campaign. Saturdays alternating between Mistborn and Star Power. Yeah. I'm playing ZaKeer, who's a Kandra spy.
And Morgan, you're last.
Hello, I'm Morgan. You can find me on Twitter. And I'm here in this game playing Mouse, who is a tin eye misting. And she has concerns.
I think we all do. I am Val at the Kraken's Crown on Twitter and Twitch. You can find me here, like Savannah, Thursdays through Sundays. I run a game on Fridays called Neon Souls, which is a cipher system game in a cyberpunk setting, and then alternating games here on Saturdays between Mistborn and Star Power. Y'all ready to get started? Cool. Let's get into our recap. I will just give a brief disclaimer for the chat and for the channel and viewers and whoever's watching that where we're picking back up is in a combat situation here. I'll recap what we did before that. We haven't really done much rolling or combat or anything in our first session of this game, so we're going to be jumping into that here. I kind of know the rules. Most of us don't know the rules. We're going to be kind of learning as we go. So it's going to be a little bit slow at first as we're learning a new system. So just bear with us and kind of, learn along with us, because maybe you'll enjoy the process. But I promise that it won't be so nitty gritty in the future. But previously on Saturday Night's Mistborn, your characters, crew, as you will be known, we did a few little vignettes between your characters, starting off in the kind of dirty and dingy city of oh god, Luthadel. Jeez, I completely forgot the name of the city we're playing in.
You could have offered me $1 million and I would not have remembered.
In the capital city of Luthadel, the heart of the final empire, plots and plans and schemes are afoot. We started off with our thief, our ska informant, Mouse, as she received some rumors and whisperings from a contact of hers named Twist, learning that there is an investigation going into the newly established house of House Laurent that seems to be led by a noble, Lord Armel Chevalier, a ally to House Alariel. Mouse took this information to her friend, I guess, employer. I don't know if y'all use the friend word yet. Violette, who is the eldest daughter of House Laurent, and a Mistborn. The two of you discussed this potential drama and the threats that this might bring, bringing in your steward, Hadzel, into the conversation. Decided that this could be beneficial to your group, that you might be able to leverage the situation, learn some more about House Chevalier and House Alariel. You reached out to a contact, or the former employer of Hadzel, Sacha, of House something. I remember. Need to remember
David.
What David, because Ryan gave that to me last time, and I was trying to see if I put it in my notes. I got like 10 minutes before the last session. House David, who was ousted from Luthadel, brought to ruin by House Alariel, and their hold was given to Chevalier. You invited Sasha to your home. Sasha taking full advantage of the hospitality, given the relative squalor that he had been living in for the past several weeks, given his now ousted or exiled status. And Sasha brought with him a companion, his faithful Khandra, ZaKeer, who arrived in the guise of an owl, carrying a bag of bones, tucked into a closet, and then had a snack. Emerging in his ska form, all of you sat down at a table in relative quiet and solitude to hatch a plot. You discussed several ways that this arrangement could be beneficial to all of you, bringing down House Chevalier, benefiting Sasha by getting his old home back, also establishing House Laurent as a power within the city, and looking to supplant or in some way gain the benefit of taking down House Hilariel at some point in the future. You discussed infiltrating a party by the Venture House, the foremost noble family within the city of Luthadel, to learn information about your targets. Also discussed potentially raiding a canal route that are one of the sources of income for House Chevalier. However, as you were hatching this plot and preparing to retire for the evening to carry out some of these plans and make preparations in the following days, Mouse, you heard with your tin-enhanced ears, you picked up a noise of something on the roof. You alerted Violette to the situation, and Violette, being the Mistborn that she is, went, I think, leaping out a window, because fuck doors when you're a Mistborn, and scampered onto the roof, where she confronted a cloaked figure crouching in the mists that turned towards her, their face shrouded in a cowl, and hurled a cluster of coins in her direction, which came streaking through the air straight towards her. So that's where we're going to pick up today. I'm gonna put on a little more dramatic music, but hopefully not too dramatic, because we're gonna be doing a little bit of talking. I don't want battle choirs chanting behind me while I'm doing this.
You don't?
Not while I'm trying to talk. So, this is where we're picking up. So this is the first time we're having a conflict in this game, and I'm going to sort of explain how conflict, specifically combat, works. So we've set up this scene and kind of where everybody is at, and this is going to be specifically a battle between all of you and these infiltrators, whoever this person is. The way that we sort of establish this is first kind of gathering where everybody is at. So Violette is on the roof currently, fully aware of the situation, as she has some metal streaking towards her face. Right now, I believe Mouse is in Violette's room.
Yes, yeah, because I told her, and then she was like, "Bye."
Yeah, at the Laurent Manor. So you are just one story below. I think ZaKeer and Hadzel were still downstairs near the.
Hadzel had been in Violette's room because he was helping her try on dresses, and had left to go help organize the guards.
ZaKeer and Sasha are in the guest room because Mouse had used their tin eye abilities to spy on us.
I was not. I was spying.
So everybody is in or near their sleeping quarters right now. Hadzel going to alert the guards, and Violette on the roof. Okay. Sasha can be kind of loosely involved in this, and we can take actions for Sasha depending on what would make sense. But for the sake of Ryan not being here, we'll be kind of added as like an extra here that might help or assist or potentially get in the way. The way that we sort of establish the order and kind of what's going to happen here as we sort of zoom in on the action is by first establishing our what we're going to be doing. And the way that we do that is starting with the person with the lowest wits. Everybody will declare what action they're going to take. Sour Patch Kids just appeared on my desk. Thank you. So starting with the person with the lowest wits, will declare what they're going to do first. Everyone else can then declare their action based on with the knowledge of what that other person is going to do, all the way as we ascend up to the highest wits. When you declare what you're going to do, we're going to establish what your dice pool is that you're working with, based on the action you're going to take, and then we will move on to the actually kind of the taking action phase of combat. Does that make sense?
In terms of wits, is it just our wits stat, or do we roll to see who has more wits in the moment? Or...
No, it's based on your stat.
Okay.
So it's just your modifier. So I think what we need to do, and probably to expedite this in the future, is I'm just going to take a list of what everybody's wits are, and if it alters in the future, we will update this list.
You taking bets on who has the lowest?
Oh.
Chat, place your bets now.
Place your bets on who has the lowest
Place your
Or
bets.
you
we
could
actually
start a
do
poll.
Prediction? Yeah,
Yeah.
can we do a prediction or a poll
Wait, that's a thing?
on
Yeah.
Twitch? Yeah.
I want to see this magic
How do I do
happen.
Yes, you'll have 30 seconds to vote as the stream catches up to us. But yeah, I guess I can't. If you guys actually want to, I can't explain a little bit more of the process if we want while we are waiting for the votes to come in. So explaining the rest of this is so all of you will declare actions and build your pool based on your wits. Building your pool, you will essentially say what you're going to do. Like, I'm going to swing out and attack them. We'll decide what stat best connects with that. So whether it's, I don't remember the names of all the stats. Whether it is physique, charm, or wits, whatever makes the most sense in that moment based on what you're trying to do. You could also use a standing depending on what action you're trying to take, if that would be appropriate for the situation. Typically, it's going to be one of your attributes, though. So it'll be one of those. So you'll start with that number, however many is in that pool. Then we will add or subtract from that based on. Actually, I can do this. Based on whether you have any traits that apply, whether you have any burdens that you can exploit against the other character, whether they have any burdens on them, whether you have any tools that you can apply, or just if there's any circumstantial bonuses that could affect. You'll add 1 die for each of those that you say yes to, and you can build a die up to 10 or as low as 2 dice. Once you have those 10 dice, then we're going to take action. So whoever has the most dice gets to go first. Whoever has the least dice goes last. When you take your action, you get to decide how many dice you want to use from that pool. Because any dice you don't use, you can then use to defend later on. So you could spend all dice to try to go in for a big hit and try to wreck shop in the first round. But if you fail, or if that person is still breathing, or if somebody else is able to get in and attack you, you're not going to have anything to defend yourself with. And yeah, that's how it goes throughout the round. So starting with whoever has the most dice down to the least, and then we see where things are at the end of the round, and whether it continues or whether that is enough to resolve the conflict.
Okay.
That makes sense for everybody. We'll get into what happens when you take damage and stuff when that comes up, because there are some things that can happen there that we'll talk about, but that I think covers pretty much everything now. Are we doing a poll, or did we not figure that out?
Well, I'm working on it.
Okay, I think we just need to scrap the poll then.
Aw.
And
Someday. We'll do another one
wasn't-
someday.
we'll do another one.
Twitch wasn't cooperating with me.
Okay.
I can't do a prediction for that. I have to do a poll, so I had to create a whole new thing.
Aw.
So, who thinks they have the lowest wits? What is yours,
Oh.
Violette?
2.
Ah.
Okay. Who's next after Violette?
I've got a 5.
I also have a 5.
Well, guess that's me at a 4.
Damn, you fucking smartasses.
I have to be able to see and notice things.
I have to
Okay,
react quickly.
Kind of my job.
So ZaKeer and Mouse both have 5, and Hadzel, you have a base 4. But I know we talked about before that you can potentially tap your.
Yeah, I can do all sorts of ferrochemy.
I have to pull things up. So the Mistborn you're fighting has a 4.
Okay.
So that's gonna. We had ties up front, and I don't know what we do on a tie. So hold, please, because I should know this just for the future.
Mhm.
Conflicts. You're gonna build. Locations. Okay. When characters have the same wets, then the area chooses their order, commonly favoring characters whose locations are unknown, and those with a logical possible edge over their opponents. So I think I'll give, since how we're framing this conflict is between the Mistborn on the roof, Hadzel, your location would be essentially unknown here, so I will give it to Hadzel there. Between ZaKeer and Mouse, it doesn't really matter to me.
I'll give it to Mouse since they're closer to the action.
Okay. So let's go ahead and declare our actions. Violette, what is it that you want to do?
I would like to burn. Oh, it's the one that pushes. Shit. Steel? Is that the coin shot one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Burn steel and try to send the copper that's coming at me. Not at me. Preferably back towards the person who threw them.
So that kind of sounds like you're going for more of like are you going to defend yourself or engaging in a battle between them to send the coins back at them?
I'll engage in a battle. So if I can hit them with them, that would be swell.
Okay. So in that case, because you can decide on your action if you want to go with the game versus like total defense, where all of your dice go to defense, and you're just defending yourself against any attacks. It sounds to me more like you are trying to actually like engage, though.
Yes.
Okay. So what you will do then for a steel push is, I think that's going to pull from your metal rating for your attack. What is your
4?
4? Okay. So you're going to start at a 4 as we build your pool.
Okay.
So do you have any traits that would apply here?
Dumb. Don't think so. Infiltrator doesn't help me here. I don't think my accent will help.
No, I don't think.
No,
you
I don't
have
think so.
anything that especially makes you skilled in pushing. Okay, so no, they do not suffer from any burdens. You don't have any. You're not using any tools that would really give you any additional benefit.
No.
Okay, and I don't think there are any necessarily circumstances here that are favoring you. You don't have an element of surprise.
Yeah, I tried to
no
get that last time. It didn't really work.
Yeah, I think you failed on that.
Yep.
Okay, so you have your pool of 4. That will be your. That's your action. That is you deciding what your action is going to be. You don't roll yet. We're going to move on to the next person to declare their action. So just remember that you have 4.
I'm just
4
trying
dice
to
in your pool.
build the pool and roll. There we go.
All right. So I think we will. Okay, we want to. I will have the Mistborn declare their action and then Hadzel, since I'm giving you the advantage on this. So I think the Mistborn, given what you are planning to do, is going to be releasing their. I think what they're going to do is they are going to steel push backwards using the force of your push combined with theirs to try to sort of launch themselves on the roof and gain some distance from you. That will build their pool. Their rating is also a 4. And their trait, and to give them their trait nimble as a cat is going to allow them to have a little bit of an advantage here. Nothing else is going to help them though, so they will have a pool of 5. Hadzel, what are you doing?
So I'm assuming, based on kind of where we left things and where we're picking up, that I've not yet been able to rally the guards.
You have told the guard. I think we ended last time. You had
Okay.
informed the guards, and they had started to gather themselves. So
Okay.
the guards are on alert.
Yeah. So then I think what's going to happen next is, now that people are off and doing things, Hadzel is going to get into the thick of things himself. I probably should have figured out exactly how all this tapping and storing is going to work, because basically I want to store some of my weight in iron, use pewter to strengthen myself, and use steel to go faster so I can make myself lighter and jump up onto the roof and get there very quickly.
Okay. Well, then that sounds to me like we are building this. So the core of your action is to move as quickly as you can through to the roof.
Yes.
Okay.
Even if that means going out through like the dining room window and jumping straight up.
Yeah. So what I think it's going to give you is that so the using metals or tapping mines, like I said before, it can be done. It's not an action. You don't do them like one at a time or anything.
Yep.
But we'll establish this based on the core of your action, which I think is going to be based on physique, just in your quickness to get there.
Mhm.
So we'll based on your physique, and then we can apply bonuses based on some of the other circumstances here.
So I'm on the iron page right now, so I'll store 2 charges, which I haven't seen anything about storing once I'm at my max. I haven't seen anything that says I can't do it, but
I
you
don't
know,
know.
they're just going to go into the ether. But I can make myself lighter, which will give me 1 physique roll to jumps and climbs.
Yeah, I just
Or
don't
one
think the
time.
number can grow any higher. That's the max you can store, but you can still effectively store metals. It just, the oldest metal gets pooped out the back of it or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, so so using iron, I'm gonna get 1 extra physique die. Steel, let me tapping a steel mine. For each charge you tap, you gain 1 die with physique rolls involving physical speed or response time. Or physical speed in step 1 of a physical conflict to act more quickly. Consider that 1 additional action die. Order in which you're acting step 2. I don't know if that's what we are looking for right now. Are we still in step 1?
We're still in step 1.
Page 314 for steel. Kenny.
We're learning rules.
Yep.
Okay. Tapping a steel mine, you get 1 die of physical rolls. Tapping, so you have 1. Okay, so when you tap this, you can tap it to gain additional dice in determining if you're going to go first, but you don't actually get to roll those dice as part of the action. So like if you end up with 5 dice here for your pool, normally that 5 dice would be whoever has the most dice gets to go first.
Okay.
You can burn it to essentially give yourself bonus dice to determine whether you're going to go first, but they don't actually add to your pool.
Okay. Gotcha. So it sounds like mechanically that's not going to do much for me right now. Unless it's that first thing of the
so
1 die with physique rolls.
Your physique is a... What is your physique right now? Because that's your base for your pool.
4 base. With that iron thing, I should be up to 5.
5. Okay. Right now, that would put you tied with the Mistborn for going first.
Okay.
So if you wanted to tap additionally, you could solidify going first.
Okay, so seems like I can tap 1 steel, and that would get me up to 6.
Mhm.
And then in terms of pewter, to be able to get really the maneuverability I want, and that may be something where I have to tap 10 charges or more, which I am prepared to do.
I don't know where pewter
Pewter is 303. I'm glad chat is entertaining themselves as we are figuring out the rules.
Yeah. All right. So tapping a pewter mine for each charge you tap, you gain 1 die with rolls you make involving physical strength. As restoring and tapping strength does not increase your health. Okay. So if you tap this right now, then you will. So 1 die with rolls involving physical strength. Yeah. I think that would add to your base physique for right now. So that would give you additional dice roll. So you could do that probably instead of tapping speed. If your goal here is to do something with, because your goal here is to get yourself to the roof as fast as possible.
Mm-hmm.
I actually don't know. I'm debating whether your physical strength would actually help that much here. If it would be mostly the speed that would assist with this.
Okay.
So I don't think you would need to do both. I think you just need to do one or the other.
All right. Then let's do the speed for now, because I may want to save the pewter for punching.
Okay.
So I think that puts me at 6 physique die. We decided.
Okay. We can do that. So that's 6. Going over the list here. The bird. So traits. Do you have any traits that would add to this?
Don't think so. Scrolling back up to traits. No.
Okay. There's no burdens. No tools, I think, that would affect here. I don't think. Again, I think the using to lighten yourself to be able to get to the top, I don't necessarily think that's going to give you the bonus. It's just what is getting you to the top.
Okay.
Because a Mistborn can push off of things in order to fly up. You're not. This is how you're accomplishing this action, not necessarily something that is adding to your effectiveness in this action. So, so as long as you're tapping, which one is it again for weight? Iron. To decrease, or as long as you're storing iron to decrease your weight, that's what's allowing you to make this action. Okay. So I think that's going to leave you with 6 total.
Okay. It might be 5 because I was doing one of them from the iron, because it had the thing of like if you're storing, you get 1 physique with jumps and stuff, jumping and climbing.
For your, oh right. So if that is giving you additional dice, then yes, you gain that on top of it.
Gotcha.
I just meant that it's not counting as a circumstantial bonus.
Okay. Yeah.
So 6. Yeah. All right. That is Hadzel. So Mouse and ZaKeer, y'all can decide what order you want to go in.
I don't know what's going on, so
That's true. You
that
don't.
is true.
You guys are just hanging out. Well,
so narratively,
Yeah.
I'd like to think that some of the coin shot kind of scattered towards our window and just plinks against it, and ZaKeer walks over like, I didn't think it was gonna rain today. Peeks outside.
You also, I
Hey, wait
think,
a
can
minute.
hear Hadzel out in the hallway yelling at commanding the guards and stuff too. The guards are moving around. I think there's enough.
You also
commotion
probably
for you to
heard
know
my
something's
clumsy
up.
ass up on the roof.
Yeah,
I
you
rolled
might
so
have.
bad last
Yeah,
time.
you might.
Ka-thunk,
Because
ka-thunk.
yeah, the coin shot is ongoing right now. So
Okay.
I don't know if you would have heard that yet, but yeah, you definitely would have heard some commotion up on the roof and also out in the hall.
I guess I'll try to make my way up to the roof as well, see what's going on. I'm trying to protect my liege, as it were.
Okay. I think so. That is going to be another physical a physical ability to get up there. You don't have any special abilities or anything that would allow you to climb or scale walls, do you?
Not yet, I don't. But I do have the profession spy, and I imagine there is quite a bit of parkour involved in it to run away from things.
So I think without any sort of supernatural ability to get up top, then you are essentially having to go up, like go the way the guards are going, like up the stairs to get to the parapets to get on the roof.
Mhm.
To just move to like close or gain distance in a combat, you can use your entire turn to move. There's a whole like step thing in the book based on like how far away you are. You can move 2 steps on that depending on with an action during a combat encounter. I'm not really tracking that, but I will say that is enough for you to close the distance if you do nothing but just book it.
As
on your turn.
ZaKeer leaves the room, he's just gonna grab a vase off the table as a weapon.
Yeah. It'll at least be enough to get you on the roof. It's not going to put you right. It probably won't put you right in the thick of things. You'll be on a distance. I think Hadzel is doing special things, so Hadzel can be right in the thick of things at the beginning of at the end of his turn here, or potentially be involved to take some heat. But yeah, so you pick up. What was it you said you picked up again?
A vase.
A vase. You pick up a vase off of the table and planning on running out of the room. Hearing everything else that's going on. Mouse, you're probably the most apprised of everything that's happening, given you are burning tin right now, I believe. Based on where we left off last time. So you hear everything that's going on fairly accurately.
Okay.
Oh. I forgot one thing that I don't think would have affected ZaKeer's action. Because ZaKeer would not have been aware of this. Mouse, you also hear with your tin enhanced ears, because they would be taking their turn too. The sound of a window shattering. Or no. I think you hear the sound because they wouldn't be doing it yet. They take their turn and begin to prepare as you hear a small group of individuals somewhere in the courtyard below that are taking their turn to sneak into or break their way into the home.
Oh man, okay. I was just thinking about like I should go to the courtyard, just like see if this person's on their own. Well then,
and I think I'm gonna go to build their dice pool, but you can go and decide what you're gonna do. But yeah, they would have acted before because they had a wits of 4 too. So
okay. Okay. Then yeah, Mouse is probably gonna go figure out what's up with that and maybe try to grab a couple guards on the way. I don't know how many of these people we have, but Mouse is not a fighter. So it's maybe gonna try to grab some, but at least one other person.
okay.
System, and go figure out what that noise is.
Okay. That is everybody having declared what they are doing. So I believe Hadzel had the highest die pool with 6.
Yes.
All right. Hadzel, you get to act first. You can, I will tell everyone, you can change your action at this point when it gets to your turn. At this point in the process, if you change your action, then whatever your die pool is reduced to half.
Oh, okay, that's neat.
So,
Consequences.
but I am rolling the full 6, and they're all d6s.
Okay, so not going to defend, just going to try to get up there as quickly as possible.
Right. I forgot about that. I need to consider holding some of them back.
For defense.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll roll. Oh, still figuring out roll, but I will roll 4 of my pool and save 2 for defense.
Okay. I think with the difficulty of this one, I'm gonna put it. I'll say this is challenging for you. I'm not going to put it at very difficult. So it'll be. I think I'm going to assign a difficulty of 2 for this.
Okay.
So you need to roll a set of 2s or higher.
Well, I got no pairs.
Oof. Okay. So with a failure on that, I think I don't think you're gonna take any. I think what happens is Hadzel maybe moving quickly, tapping on the spine. Maybe it's been a little while since Hadzel has really been in the thick of action right now, living a sort of docile steward's lifestyle lately. You can describe if you think this might happen differently, or Vito if you think it might happen differently. But I'm thinking that what happens is Hadzel goes rushing, tapping metal mines, goes rushing to the window, and tapping iron to kind of increase your ability to jump. Maybe kind of overshoots it a little bit and kind of goes like floating out a little bit at an angle from the speed and the momentum, and it's just kind of like hovering, like slowly kind of gliding your way back towards the roof, but not having really put yourself into the thick of things right now. You can see Violette currently on the roof with some cowled figure hurling a cluster of coins at her, but she is not within reach to really assist at this exact moment.
Okay, so I'm basically on the roof, but not able to do anything currently.
Yeah, I'd say you're like 20 feet away from the edge of the roof, just kind of slowly gliding that way as you've kind of overshot your initial jump and are short of like crashing back down into the roof. You're not quite there yet.
Okay.
All right, that is Hadzel. I think who had a pool of 5? Okay, so that's ZaKeer and both of the Mistborn and the unknown intruders.
Did I need to make a dice pool for my thing?
Oh, did I not make a dice? Did we not do a dice pool for
No,
you?
we
I get
didn't.
so caught up. I'm sorry.
I missed it too. I was like, wait.
We don't have a dice pool for you. Let's do that real quick.
Let's do that real quick. I'm sure I don't know how much it's gonna be. Actually.
You were planning on gathering the guards and heading down to the to investigate, right?
Yeah, whatever that noise was.
So I was either thinking I actually think this might be like a charm roll for Mouse, like trying to gather as many guards as possible to deal with the intruders.
Okay, I like that.
That's more of what the challenge is here.
Okay.
So what is Mouse's charm?
It's pretty good actually. It's 5.
Okay, nice. Do you have any traits that would apply here?
Other than just being like nervous and sort of like anxious, like something else is going on. But that's not really like a trait. I don't know. I feel like I mean, she's currently burning tin, so that could help her like locate guards, but that would not necessarily like convince them to come with. But
yeah, I don't think that would help here. You also, it does. I forgot to. I missed this part before, but your die pool adds for 1 die for each trait that supports the action, and shrinks for each trait that works against you as well.
Okay.
So I did not factor that in for anybody else previously.
Okay.
But I was debating whether Mouse's sort of disheveled nature may work against her.
Yeah, I can see that.
Command the guards.
Yeah, I was kind of like a little frantic in this moment, and just they're like, "Who the heck is this?" Okay. I agree. So then my pool is 4 now.
Yeah.
Okay.
No burdens. No tools. I will give you that two favorable conditions. I will give you a circumstance bonus for two favorable conditions that supports the action here, because Hadzel has already alerted the guards, and there is a commotion right now on the roof that they have heard, even if they haven't heard everything that's going on downstairs. So, given the factors here, that'll grow your pool by one more. So I think that'll put you back to 5 or 6. 5.
It's only 5.
All right.
All
So,
right. All right.
you have a 5. ZaKeer, I just realized you were just moving the whole time, so I don't think we built a dice pool for you.
No, I'm just moving.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think yours is gonna you also happen after everybody else's, and ZaKeer will get up there. So Mouse, you get to go at the same time as the others.
Okay.
Let's go and do yours.
All right.
And I'm gonna also put this at
Ooh,
a 2.
I've got 2 4s
Nice. Any 6s?
and a 6.
Nice. So you succeed with a nudge there. So
Okay.
you get an additional bonus kind of in your favor. Do you have an idea of like what? So you're able to convince the guards to come with you downstairs. Is there anything like what additional effect do you think you'll use the nudge
Additional
for?
nudge. I don't know if we have potentially like gotten there like quicker, like so like they're maybe not quite broken in yet.
Okay.
So we have
Yeah,
like
it'd
a
be fun.
second to like surprise.
Yeah. That you're able to get down there faster. You're able to convince them more thoroughly and get their attention a little bit faster than before. So what is I want to know what Mouse like says, like what she does.
That's a good
here.
question. Ooh, okay. She would have been like, This isn't gonna sound very convincing though. But essentially she'd be like, now there's something going on the roof, but I also heard there's something at the front door, and so we should go check that out because we don't want this place overrun with who knows what.
The guards that have already kind of were scrambling up, like going the direction of ZaKeer towards the roof. Small contingent of like 8 guards that were there, sort of stop and look around, and the captain of the house guard goes, "You 4 to the roof. Lead the way, quickly."
That's fine.
Follows after you. So 4 guards and yourself running down the steps. You reach the doors that lead towards the courtyard, and you can see the very faint flickering of a lantern on the other side, coming from the other side of the doors, like somebody is like heading up to the doors there. So the guards all sort of take a defensive position there near the doors, expecting somebody to potentially try to break through them. So you have like successfully kind of formed an ambush here for the before they've been able to break into the house. That will be their turn. I'm gonna have the Mistborn take their turn. So they are going to push, kind of using the combined force of the 2 steel pushes as well as some metal sort of latches along the windows below, sort of catapult themselves in the air kind of at an angle away from the roof to gain a little bit distance from you. So this is going to be a bit of a contest here. You haven't acted yet, so you can choose how many dice you want to use from your pool, Violette, to defend against this, as you are effectively being shoved back in this moment. How many dice do you want to use?
I don't have that many is the thing.
Yeah.
What happens if I say none?
Then it is fully up to it's whether they succeed, or if they roll any pairs, then they'll succeed. And the effect of the dice the effect would probably be you being pushed back a little ways, so you'd be at a more extreme distance for trying to attack.
All right.
they're going to use they're going to use 3 of their dice.
Yeah, I'll just take it.
All right.
I really want to be able to hit him.
All right. It's also fair because you can only defend against 1 action anyway. So getting a chance, doing this also means that you can potentially defend against something else later on if it came up. All right, they roll. No pairs, but they get a nudge. So they do not succeed on the roll, but they're going to negate some of the consequences with the nudge that they rolled. So they push themselves back. I guess describe to me, maybe you're not actively defending, but is there something Violette does here to maybe throw them off a little bit?
Shoot, I don't know. I guess I've been... What was I doing? Because I was already burning steel to get over here, so I think, I don't know, probably at the last second starts to like push herself out of the way.
Okay.
So she's in a different spot.
You adjust your angle so that they don't push off as cleanly. And so the coins they're trying to push off are no longer between the two of you and are kind of like flung out to the side a little bit. And you go, and so when they try to fly up, they don't get as clean of a push and they don't go quite as far. So they don't really gain any distance from you. So they're sort of tumbling through the air a little bit back towards the roof. And have not gained any additional distance. That is their turn. The thieves are going to roll, because they are unaware. They're going to roll all of their dice to try to bust through the doors there. Geez, pair of 1s. I don't think I'll do it as far as busting through the door, but they do get a nudge. So I think what happens is from the side that you're on, Mouse, there is a like a crack at the door as somebody you see somebody trying to like wedge something and like bust the door open like with a crowbar. The door does not break through all the way, but some of the it does kind of bend a little bit off the hinge. You see like a slight gap as they're trying to pull the door open, and one of the thieves through the light source that they have looks in, and you hear them curse as they see a contingent of guards waiting for them on the other side of the door. So they are aware of you, but they were not successful in getting through the door. That ends their turn. And I think that was it. So ZaKeer, you're able to make it up to, or no, so Violette needs to go. Violette needs to go.
I'm trying to hit them.
Okay, so you're gonna stick with your prior attempt to launch coins in their direction.
Yeah.
How many dice do you want to roll?
4. I'm gonna use all.
Okay.
Wits
They're
of 2.
gonna defend. They're gonna defend with 2.
Threw 1 on the ground. I've got a pair of 4s.
Damn. All right. They roll
And nothing else.
6 and a 1, so no pairs. So you succeed. So the way, as far as damage works, because you succeeded, that inflicts 1 damage on them. Your coins count for how much damage?
They're 1 as well.
All right, that's 2. And let's remember what the other rules were for physical conflicts. Come on. I know there were rules for damage. There was additional things I could find it, but I can't find it, so I think it's just 2 damage that they receive. So describe to me what you do.
I think Violette just like has been like shifting back and forth, trying to throw them off, like just changing up her position, and then finally just sort of comes around, like slides down part of the roof to get a better angle on the coins that were thrown at her, and pushes them back, seeing the other person a little off kilter.
All right.
Just help them.
You may burn a little bit of iron to pull the coins back into the right path, and then steel push them towards the tumbling figure. You didn't roll any 6s, did you? No. Okay. As the coins go streaking in their direction, they catch the tumbling Mistborn as they are falling. Some shredding through the tassels of their mistcloak. One catching them in the arm as they fall. They take 2 points of damage, which is not enough to inflict a wound on them. Essentially, the way it works is can inflict a wound on somebody if they take a quarter or a half of their remaining health. So that wasn't quite enough to get them there, but they are minorly injured from that attack. ZaKeer, you and the other 4 guards emerge onto the roof to see the tumbling Mistborn pelted with coins from Violette's attack, and Hadzel floating slowly towards the rooftop to head off the potential assassin. I think that's going to be the end of the round, so I think we're going to start our second round here. We're going to go in the same order because nobody's wits have changed, hopefully. So Violette, what do you do?
I would like to burn pewter in addition to half the freaking metals I'm already burning. And so I can run at speeds up to 25 miles per hour and sprint across the roof so I can follow this person. And then I'm gonna pull some, since the coins have been shot, I'm gonna pull some copper clips out of a bag at my side and push those towards them.
Gonna try hurl more coins at the...
Try to stop them.
All right. So you burn pewter, go running across. I'm trying to think if your pewter would affect... So I think that'll close the distance to attack them, but I don't know if the burning pewter will affect your attack here since you're using your metal to attack instead of... Because your burning pewter will add your metal rating to your physique.
Yeah.
So if you were to like punch or stab or something like that, your physique would be increased for that. You'd have more dice. But
no, I guess I could punch them. Yeah,
you could.
You know what? This is more fun. I'm sorry, I'm still learning what all the metals do.
That's fine.
Rule wise. So I'll keep the steel burning because it'll burn for a little bit. I'm gonna burn pewter and like Naruto sprint across the roof and just tackle him and try to bust him up.
Okay, so attack him with your fists.
Yeah.
You're also, as long as you're burning pewter in combat, that also gets added to your health.
Yes, my healing rate is doubled. Good for me.
So how many dice does that put you with for physique plus your power rating?
That is an excellent question. So my physique is 3.
Your power rating's 4.
And Yeah, my power is 4.
So I'll put you with 7 dice.
And I was looking to see if the pewter gave me anything else, but I don't think so.
No, it just adds your power to your physique, I think. To your physique and your health.
Add your pewter rating to your physique score, which in turn increases your health. La la la. You can run. The fact that I can run it up to 25 miles per hour is pretty buck wild. So no, I think that's it. So it would be 4 plus the 3. I don't think any of my traits apply here. Unless I'm so idealistic that I believe so hard that this is gonna work. That it gives me extra dice.
I don't think so.
I didn't either. I don't think I have anything else.
All right, so that leaves you with a pool of 7 dice. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I should punch more often.
Hadzel, what do you want to
Um, I think similarly, once I manage to get into position, would
do?
like
Which you
to
will this turn, yeah.
yeah, would like to burn steel to move quick, or not burn. I'm not a Mistborn. Tap steel to move quickly, and tap pewter to also do the punchy.
Okay, so you're gonna tap steel to do the same thing you did before to increase your how fast, or increase your pool for the purposes of going first.
Yeah.
And then gonna punch.
Or
All right.
I don't know if this matters so much for the dice, but maybe instead of trying for the punch, but to just grab the Mistborn and hold on to them.
Okay. Yeah, you can go to like a contest to sort of grapple them.
Yep.
All right. That will be your declared action. So how many so it'll be your physique. I don't know how it works with tapping the metal, how that increases your physique.
Yeah.
It's one, actually I remember you, because you said before it's 1-to-1, right? For each one you tap, you gain additional die.
So yeah. So I guess 314 for steel. Yeah, each charge you tap, gain 1 die with physique rolls. I mean, I'll tap. I got charges for days, yo. I'll tap 3 charges of steel here.
Okay.
So
what is that total?
puts me
What
at
does it give you total
7 now.
Okay.
And I should look up a pewter. Yeah, you gain. So I guess because the steel is dies for physical speed, the pewter is dies for physical strength.
Yes. Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about pewter. Yeah. So the pewter, do pewter first. That's going to give you what your total physique is here.
Okay.
That'll determine your base pool, and then we just do the steel for adding on to that to get to act first.
Okay.
So your base physique is what?
It's
4?
4. I'll still
Okay.
burn 3 pewter to get me up to the 7.
7. Okay.
And then I guess it's just going to be 1 charge of steel to do the moving quickly.
To put at an 8 to grab them, hopefully before it. So maybe set Violette up for a easier hit. Okay. That'll put you at 7 in your pool, 8 for purposes of going first. Do you have any traits or anything that apply here again?
Nope.
No. Circumstances, I don't think you don't have more than. I would say there's 1 circumstance bonus with them sort of being off balance a little bit here, but you need 2 in order to gain additional die, so I don't think that's going to be enough to gain a die here. All right, so that's what we have for Hadzel's pool. ZaKeer.
Could I grab a bow off one of the guards and some stone-tipped arrows?
Yeah. Yeah, I was debating whether they would have stone-tipped, because they're not. These are basic guards, not like not haze killers. Let me see what they're
Would I have known enough to outfit my guards with stone-tipped arrows?
If not, like, arrow goes underneath, heel of boot, breaks off the metal arrowhead.
Which and I will say, like, they have to actively defend to try to repel steel anyway. So it depending on who goes first, they may not
Even
be able
do
to
it.
defend against it.
Okay.
Because there's 3 people attacking them now, and they're only going to be able to defend against one of you. So it's up to you. If you want to, that would reduce you wouldn't get the extra damage bonus. I don't think
I know it's a Mistborn either, so I think I'll keep this metal arrowhead then.
that would also be fair. Yeah, and I was debating whether you would have the guards outfitted with stone tip, since they're
not haze counters, so
I
will
cannot be
say
allowed
for
to
now-
turn this game into a game of, is Violette smart enough to have thought of this ahead of time? Because 99% of the time, that answer is no.
Yeah,
As
we do know
Hadzel
her
thought
wits
of
are
it.
too.
Unless
We
Hadzel
do know
thought
her
of
wits
it.
are too. Maybe after this would be a good time to do that.
during a long breather.
Hadzel, take this down.
Yeah. Okay. So yes, you can do that. Please look up the stats for what the arrows do, because for the bows do, because I do not know, and we'll have to get there eventually. All right, that is Hadzel. Last. Oh, I didn't have the Mistborn. Or sorry, that was ZaKeer. Mistborn should have gone before ZaKeer. The Mistborn. Ooh, they're in a bad spot right now. I think what they are going to do as they see everyone approaching is, I think they just take up they're planning on landing on the roof, sort of regaining themselves, seeing Violette and Hadzel approaching. They hold on, I need to remember how to do this. God damn, these medals are gonna be the death of me. Trying to remember what they all do. Treaties metallurgic. Okay. Actually, they are going last this round in declaring their action. So you may so we'll go ahead and go with the thieves, who are what are they gonna do? They're gonna try to bust down the door and attack the guards. I think they're going, well, no, the thieves are running. Why would they attack the door and do that? That would make no sense for them. I think the thieves are gonna try to run away. So that's what they're planning on doing with their turn, is fleeing. What I will give Mouse here, so they're going to try to withdraw from the conflict, given that they have been kind of bested in their attempts to infiltrate quietly. The way that it works is, if they are trying to withdraw, the person that is sort of attacking them is engaging them. It kind of turns into a negotiation. They can offer something that you gain in advance, to, like, some sort of benefit, a wound, something that you are going to be able to inflict or take from them. And kind of, it turns into sort of a little bit of a negotiation there. So I want to open up to Mouse, is like, what do you think as they are fleeing? What do you want from this situation?
Yeah. It's nighttime, right? So it's all like misty outside
Yeah,
and
it is.
everything.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, she wants to figure out like who sent them, or like where they came from. So might like try to track them a little bit, maybe.
What if I offered that there are 3 of them and not all of them are going to get away?
Oh,
One of them's just
Okay.
wearing a hoodie with the house crest on it. Like,
Yeah, they're wearing their college hoodie.
They bought it off the merch store.
the fucking Sigma. God damn
Yeah.
Okay, they're not all gonna
They're
get
f-
away, so we might be able to hang on to
You-
one.
I will say that one of them, their companions leave them behind in order to escape.
Vicious. Okay. We're taking that
Does
guy.
Does that sound reasonable?
Yes.
Okay, I like that. So we'll resolve kind of the narrative of that when it gets around to your turn, but I don't think,
Okay.
but they're not necessarily taking an action here. They're trying to withdraw.
Okay. That's kind of cool how that works. Does it work the same for like as players if we like try to
Mhm.
withdraw?
If
Okay.
y'all want to try to retreat from something, essentially you offer like, here's what I'm willing to give up to get away from this conflict. And I get to say whether that's enough or whether I feel like, or if I want something else. So,
Okay.
So works the reverse for the villains or extras.
Good to know.
Yeah. That will so that'll be them. So ZaKeer and Mouse get to decide what they're gonna do. ZaKeer, are you gonna stick with your same action that you said before? Okay. Mouse, so they are fleeing. Is there something you want to do besides trying to take one of them captive or help the guards here? The guards can probably handle most of it, but if there's something
Yeah.
you want to do.
Not particularly, other than to tell like the guards like we want him alive. Like don't
Okay.
kill him.
That's fair.
Kind of.
I don't think you need to roll for that.
Okay.
I'll say that the Laurent house guards aren't totally evil.
Okay. That's good. It's good to know we don't employ evil dudes. Okay. And then
Is there anything that Mouse wants to do other than trying to like join with the others upstairs?
yeah, I would maybe start heading up there, seeing as like the guards like kind of got this, and it seems like these are probably the only like. Well, now she's like, is there like another way they could try to get in? How many ways are they gonna come at this? No, she's probably gonna start like head back upstairs and kind of like see what's
Okay.
happening on the roof.
All right. So I don't think there's a dice pool. You can just focus on defense for this turn then,
Okay.
in case anything comes up. But otherwise, you are just moving. So that is Mouse, and then the Mistborn gets to decide what they're gonna do because they are burning ATM.
You guys got him to pop their ATM.
Oh no, they're Mistborn.
What they are going to do is, they are going to kind of pull a pouch from their belt, which sort of rips, and they're going to scatter coins from the air, and they're going to just try to fire coins out in all directions towards everyone that is approaching here. Yes, Violette.
Have we said what ATM does?
Oh, we have
On
not.
stream?
So ATM is a metal that allows allomancers who can burn it to be able to essentially see the future very briefly ahead of them. It also allows their mind to sort of react to these. Essentially, they see shadows of things that are about to happen, and ATM allows them to react to this, to what is going to happen faster than a normal person would. So essentially, none of you can see this because none of you are burning ATM at the moment, but they see
This
the
is not a
shadows
metal
of the
most people have
actions-
access to.
actions that everyone is going to take. And in game terms, they get to decide they get to go last, so decide their action after everyone else. Unless somebody's burning ATM, at which point there's a fun thing where you all write down what you're going to do at the same time and then submit that simultaneously. And then during step 2, they get to go first. And then they get a number of dice added to their pool equal to their ATM rating as well. So, all right. So they're going to. I'm trying to decide whether that stacks with their. I guess that would be their rating in. It'll be the rating in steel, added to their rating with ATM, which would put them at 8 dice total. All right, that'll be their that'll be the end of the first part. So step 2, they're going to get to go first. They are going to use 5 of their 8 dice to attack. And they are attacking, well, I guess everyone on the roof. So none of you have acted, so you can decide who wants to defend.
So we can spend some amount of our dice pool to defend, right?
Mm-hmm. As many as you want.
Yeah, and then with Zinc, I have this thing where if I tap 10 charges or more, I get a free die with reactions and defense rolls.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And it actually persists throughout the conflict. So like I can burn 10 and then I just always have an extra die for reactions and defense rolls.
That's very cool. Okay.
So I don't know. I guess mechanically it works. I'm just thinking narratively, like, is there enough time to react to ATM burning? I don't know if that would mess with that.
I think it would still help you, because they are getting a big enough advantage getting to go before everyone else. That.
Yeah. Well, let's see. I'm gonna burn my the max amount of zinc I can at a time and burn 30 charges, so I get 3 free reaction defense, or 3 dice for reactions and defense rolls.
All right.
So that gives me now a total pool of 11. I guess 3 of them have to go to the.
They have to be defense.
Okay.
Yeah. So you have a pool of 8 dice. Yep. And 1 of which is only used for determining. So you really have a pool of 7 dice and 3 defense dice.
So I'll split it 5 and 5. So 5 to defend, and maybe those other 5 will get to be used for attacking.
All right. Violette, how many do you want to use to defend?
Sorry, I was looking at a thing real quick. The problem I run into with this system for chaotic players like me is that my brain goes none.
Then don't do any. Go for it. Do it if you're nasty.
I do have a tank top that says that. No, fuck, hit me. No.
Okay.
I'm not
no
doing
defense. All attack.
All attack. No. No. Head
ZaKeer?
empty.
Head empty, save the 1 brain cell. 0 dice.
All right. The guards are not head empty.
Good.
This is where it does like our max HP and damage. We're just out.
Everyone's dead. Make new characters. Let me check. Bodyguard.
Same actors though, because we can't afford new art.
I guess they were planning. I didn't do an action for the guard. So they were planning on attacking though. Collectively they have 6 physique and a shield. Shields. Okay, so they'll roll. I'll say they'll roll 3 for that. So roll from the Mistborn. That, wow. Pair of threes.
With a nudge.
Okay, with a nudge. I was like, were there no pairs there? It takes me a second to read numbers.
Okay, and so now I roll my defense.
Oh.
Pair of 4s.
Okay, so you successfully
and a pair of 1s. I don't know if that matters or if the 4 just.
Yeah, you just get the higher pair.
Okay.
Okay, so you succeed. So you won't take any damage. Everyone else, let me roll for the guards. No, clear. They failed. With a nudge.
Got a nudge.
So they can reduce the damage by 1. Reduce by 2. So succeeded. That's a damage. Coins. That's an extra damage. Nudge. That's an extra damage. So it's a total of 3 damage that they do. The guards are able to reduce it by 2. They take 1 point of damage. They're dead. Extras just die. The other two of you take 3 points of damage total. Is that equal to a quarter or a half of your total HP?
Yes, I have 7.
I also have 7.
So that is equal to
A quarter.
Less than.
It's over a quarter.
It's
Less than half. So both of you are going to take a minor wound or minor burden. We'll get faster this one day, guys. Sorry, you take a serious physical burden.
Woof.
It's serious, grave, and then mortal. Serious is the least serious.
Serious is actually not that bad.
So these are things like bruise, sprain, laceration, broken finger or toe, dislocated joint, concussion, chronic fatigue or dizziness. I feel like I'm just doing a commercial for a pharmaceutical company.
If you experience any of the following.
You might be a Mistborn.
See, do we get input on this? Because my instinct is to do something that's gonna hurt me later on. And just
What are
say
you
like that Violette has like a huge black eye.
You wanna go with a bruise? That could work. Okay, you put a bruise as your
And
serious
then has to
physical
go to a
burden.
ball.
You are burning pewter, so it's gonna be harder to hit you. ZaKeer, I was thinking maybe like a laceration. Okay, so both of you add those as burdens on your sheet. All right. So the scattering of coins goes flying outwards, sort of anticipating your actions. They seem to be expertly maneuvering these coins through the air. You see the 4 guards that are up try to raise their shields, but are caught by the barrage of coins and drop.
Jerry, no! 2 days from retirement!
They're out. I will say, maybe not all 4 are dead, but they're at least not good. They're very hurt.
Take nap here.
I'll roll a d4 later to see how many of them die. The rest of you take some hits. Hadzel able to avoid the barrage of coins. You might not be burning atium, but sort of anticipating what's about to happen and seeing the sort of preternaturally fast movements of this Mistborn. It's enough for you to anticipate what they're about to do. That will end their turn. So I think Hadzel was the next one that would go here.
Yes, and I have 5 left in my pool to try and do the grab the Mistborn thing.
Okay. They're going to roll 3 to defend against you, because I think that's the thing that they're most worried about right now, is being grabbed.
And no, because I suppose I'm expending the charges regardless if this works or not, but so Violette, you probably see this most clearly because you're closest. Hadzel's already tall and lanky, but he very visibly bulks up suddenly. Suddenly he's, a weightlifter as he tries to close in on this guy very quickly, and he also somehow dodged all the coins. Now let's see if the dice back me up. Oh, that is 2 6s and a 5.
So a pair of 6s don't count as a pair. Those are just 2 nudges.
But
so you didn't get any pairs, but you got 2 nudges to succeed. I'm going to roll for them. They get 3. They roll a pair of 2s. So they succeed, but you get 2 nudges to potentially give yourself an advantage here to lessen the consequences. So is there something that you think you want to spend those nudges to do? Even if you're not able to grab them, but there might be something else you can accomplish here.
I think as, maybe they are moving away too quickly with the adium, but I'm able to still grab their belt and yank any vials they might still have on them.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. So you grab their belt, and their remaining coins and their metal vials are pulled off of their body as they try to rip themselves free. Not in your grasp, but effectively disarmed at the time. I like that. I think Who was next on the list? I think it was either
It's
Violette
Violette and then ZaKeer
I have
and
some.
Okay.
Mouse.
You were gonna punch.
Yeah, really hard.
Okay. Do a punch. You go running in. You spending your remaining dice, I'm
Yeah,
assuming,
I'm gonna
because
do
you
all of
already
them.
defended. Or no, you didn't defend, right?
I did not. I got a pair of 5s.
Whew, okay. Any 6s?
No.
Okay. So you have so you succeed, and so it's 1 damage. You're not using any tools. I don't know if does Peter add to your damage?
I don't think so. Burp, burp. I think it's just
Just the
Zeke and
attack.
health, yeah. Yeah.
All right.
But I did it really good.
You did do it really good. All right.
I'm gonna like fly at them and just like sort of elbow to the head.
Okay. You go flying in, cracking them in the head, and they're like through the cloak that is, or the cowl that is obscuring their face, and you hear a very satisfying connection of your elbow to their skull, as they are already off balance from trying to get away from Hadzel, unable to defend themselves. You kind of push them, send them flying back as your elbow hits them, dazing them even more. Okay. That is your turn, ZaKeer.
Cool. I'm gonna shoot him with the bow. Could I use my
Alright.
Hawk-eyed Observer trait to give me an additional dice for sniping?
Yes. I'll allow that.
2, 3, 4, 5. Cool. Here comes 66. Pair of 2s with a nudge.
Okay. What is so that's 1 damage because you succeeded.
Steel
what is-
tipped bow arrows is a 2 damage.
It's 3.
Yeah. And I
then-
guess I'll nudge for another damage.
All right. That's 4 points of damage. They were at. Let's see. Where is their health? Okay. So 2, 9. You get 3. All right. You get to inflict a serious burden on them.
The arrow goes right towards their. Essentially, I want to hamstring them.
Okay. So get them in the leg. All right. The arrow sinks into their leg, and you hear a grunt of pain from underneath the cowl as the figure takes the shot. Their pewter seeming to lessen some of the damage, but that did seem to between them getting hit by Violette's elbow and then the quick strike there, even with their ATM, they are a bit overwhelmed here, given the numbers that they are currently facing.
ZaKeer on the opposite roof sees this and just does the Jason head tilt, like, huh.
So that would be everyone that goes. So here's what I'm going to offer here. I think they are going to attempt to withdraw. So what I'm willing to offer for them withdrawing is that that they are able to escape. However, their cowl falls in the process, letting you all see their face. Does that sound fair?
I'll take that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Sure, nobody's not like, no, I'm out for blood. I want them dead. No matter
The
what."
Conjure's out for blood, guys.
Which we'll talk about the fact that the Conjurer just injured a human here in a bit.
I didn't kill them.
You didn't kill them. You're bending the rules, not breaking them.
Who's gonna tell?
They leap back. The other Khandra watching. All animals in this universe are Khandra. They're all just watching from the shadows. The Mistborn leaps back, staggering on their hurt leg as they attempt to retreat. And as they stumble, dropping, kind of looking around, they begin to push off of the roof again, off the multiple coins that are scattered across the rooftop, setting themselves flying back. But as the wind kind of pulls at their cloak, the hood falls, and you see a man underneath with fair features, sort of angular. No one you recognize. I think any of you immediately, but their head is shaved, and they have a series of tattoos lining their eyes, indicating them as an obligator.
Ruh-roh, Raggy.
And they go sailing off into the mist. And we're going to go ahead and take our break here.
Nice.
I'm going to turn off the dramatic battle chanting. Put on something else. All right. Good job, everyone. This is our first time getting through combat. No one died. Everyone made some rolls, got to do something. I think that was pretty successful. Like I said, we'll get faster with this as we go, as you all learn how to build your pools and kind of what you're drawing from. It'll take less prompting from me, and you all can just say, hey, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm applying, this helps me, this hurts me, let's move. And I think it'll get quicker as we go. So, but everyone did a wonderful job. But like I said, we're going to go ahead and take our break here and let everyone kind of rejuvenate, get a snack, get a drink, whatever you might need. And we'll be back here in a couple minutes to continue our session. So everyone out there in the chat, stay tuned. Welcome back, internet. Thanks for hanging out with us on our break. Well, decompressed a little bit from some of the rules heavy stuff that we got into. I think we're all checked in, feeling good, feeling like we understand how combat works a little bit more. So hopefully in the future it'll be a little bit more speedy. We'll also have less times where the combat is every person in the group fighting together, and those will go a little bit quicker too. So yeah. Let's get back into it, though. So the Mistborn Obligator has just flown off into the mists, disappearing into the night. There's a bit of a scuffle down in the courtyard, as those of you on the roof can see. I think there's a cast-aside lantern that has sort of begun to burn out over in kind of the corner of the grounds that the thieves have discarded. Maybe Violette, if you're burning tin, you can hear the sound of the some of the thieves retreating off into the night, but one does seem to have been captured by the guards downstairs as they begin to pull whoever they are into the house. And ZaKeer and Hadzel and Violette, while you see the groaning bodies of the 4 guards that have been mortally injured or gravely injured by the coins shot by the Mistborn, Mouse, you emerge onto the roof to take in this carnage as well.
ZaKeer is crouched over the body of a guard, kind of checking the pulse. Ugh.
Are any of them alive?
Are any of them alive?
Oh yeah, roll that. Ooh, okay.
2 of them are alive.
50-50.
2 of them, ma'am.
Hadzel is going to rush over and begin, applying first aid. And if I need to tap copper to do this.
Okay. If you tap copper, then I'll say that you have the knowledge needed to stabilize them.
Stuff?
Yeah.
Ah.
So tapping your copper mind to some medical books that are some medical knowledge that you have learned and taken in, maybe a book you read in the past, learning how to bind and close up a wound. You begin to immediately triage the 2 guards that are still alive.
What happened up here?
A Mistborn.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
that.
I figured
So
that would be the case, but
A Mistborn who happens to be an obligator.
shit.
It's a good thing you weren't here then.
Yeah.
Not so much for my compatriot Hadzel. That's bad, isn't it?
Yes. And I will explain just how bad, but first we need to get these men inside, and I need to tend to their wounds.
I'll help.
Alright.
There's also there was like another group who tried to sneak in. We got one of them.
A hostage.
Yeah, you call him that, or prisoner.
Oh no, we are calling him that.
All right. Might be useful to figure out who sent these guys.
Alright. We shall tend to these men and take the dead inside. I'll have to write to their families.
Would you like me to take a crack at the hostage then?
Are you
Yes.
gonna eat him?
Oh no. Scum like that gives me a tummy ache.
Yes, but I would like to see his face.
As you wish, my lady.
All right, you grab the bodies / snacks and tuck them away inside, taking them downstairs, maybe to the cellar, to keep them while you make arrangements for what to do. Hadzel, with your incredible strength, maybe Violette with her enhanced strength as well, carrying the 2 living guards downstairs to their quarters, or a clean spot where you can begin their medical treatment to at least stabilize them. And I'll say that you're able to successfully do that with your knowledge that you've tapped Hadzel. The prisoner is taken in by the guards and I think also brought to the cellars for interrogation. Violette, as you maybe finish disposing of one of the bodies or storing one of the bodies, coming back upstairs, you hear, you see your uncle in his night robes, rounding one of the corners, looking a bit flustered, still seeming a bit kind of dazed from the night's previous drinking, and it says, Violette, what is the meaning of this?
Of what?
What on earth is going on right now?
A blatant and attempted assassination.
Of me?
No. No.
Well, who else would they be here for? My word, we'll need to double the guard presence.
Well, 2 of them are dead.
Well,
Protecting me.
we have more. I'm glad you're fine. We need to station extras inside the house to make sure that no other intruders are managed to get in. Weren't they taken alive?
No.
I'm not going to make you roll for that.
You don't need to
Just
know.
goes- No, that's good. I like it. He goes, Drat. I would have enjoyed finding out more information about who might have sent them.
I am going to send a few friends to try to track them down.
Good. Good thinking. Let me know if you find anything.
Of course.
Find the guard captain, make sure that we have adequate presence inside. Excuse me.
Shall I take over writing to the families of the dead, then?
Yes, yes. Whatever needs to be done.
I'm going to increase the pay as well.
Now, hold on. I don't think that's necessary. They're doing their jobs. We're paying them adequate amount for their protection.
I see you found another cat!
Oh, yes, Mittens. I was wondering where you got off to.
Great.
Says, if anything, we need to be hiring more experienced guards rather than paying the ones that we have additional coin.
I will have Hadzel look into it.
Yes.
Admit it, please.
Well, I have arrangements made. Come, Mittens. Takes the cat. Goes wandering off.
He can't sustain this. I don't know what he's doing.
He's trying to find a way to get comfy so he can lie down.
Also, in before Mittens is a Condra spy from another house.
Get him off of there.
He's gonna
He's
It's almost
bite.
comfortable though.
Look at him.
Look.
Get down.
Oh, there
There
it
he
is.
goes.
You know you can't fit up there.
Cats.
All right.
Where is the guard who did the cap shilling?
The guards that were with, which I guess that would have been the guard captain and 3 additional guards would have been the ones downstairs. I'll say they're still down with the prisoner in the cellar. Your uncle is looking for your guard captain currently, who I haven't named.
I was gonna ask if he has a name, so
Thinking of names.
That doesn't provide one. Do we just make it Jimothy? Get it out of the way.
Timothy. No.
Chat, name the
Well-
guard captain.
The first name that came up when I did a generator was it Ocean? Oceane?
Oshin.
Ocean? And then I was thinking first name Danny, last name Ocean.
Yes! Please! That's his name.
Oh dear.
Or should it be
All right.
William Oshin? So it's a
It
Billy
should,
Ocean.
It's a lady named Danica O'Sheen.
Okay.
Because that
Captain
rules.
Danica Ocean.
There we go.
She looks just like Clooney. Lady Clooney.
Oof. Oh, that's a handsome lady.
Mm-hmm.
There's a handsome lady.
And strong. Strong jawline.
Oh, I also need to add Mittens to my NPC list.
Sorry, guys, our horny is showing. Hold on.
All right. Did I not write down? Oh yeah, Renaud. Okay. Let's try to remember if I wrote down your uncle's name.
Renaud.
No, it's Cat. Okay. What do you do?
He went looking for the guard captain, so I'll deal with them later.
Well, they're downstairs, so you know where the guard captain is, and I would say there may be some urgency to speak with the guard captain. For the guard
Yeah.
captain mentions that you have a prisoner.
Yeah, can I beat him down there?
Yeah, he doesn't know where she is. So
Great.
He's just wandering the halls.
He doesn't even know the layout of his own house, I bet. Fucking idiot. I hate him so much.
So we can move this scene if everybody wants to just go down to the cellars, and because we'll be doing the interrogation down there and speaking with the guard captain and stuff. If we all want to do, if that's what everybody is going to be getting involved in, unless there's something somebody else wants to do. Okay. Well, then you all head down to the cellars, where Captain Oshin is currently overseeing the bindings of the thief that was captured, and the other remaining guards are on standby. So there's 3 guards right now down there and the guard captain.
Well done.
Oh, Lady Laurent, I'm glad to see you're all right. I need to find your uncle as soon as possible and
You
advise him
absolutely
of the
do
current
not
situation.
need to do this.
My lady?
My uncle is not to be told that we have a prisoner.
And why would that be, my lady? If you forgive my question.
I will forgive your question. You will forgive the bluntness of my answer. It is that my uncle is a bumbling fool and he will ruin this opportunity.
Have you roll charm? Do you have anything that might apply, any traits that might apply here?
As an accent.
My accent?
Do you not have
does
anything
my
that, or-
what?
Oh, I was sorry. Continue.
Does my drive count as one of them? Because my drive is to be
I
the
don't-
best noble house, and he sucks at it.
Yeah. Your drive is under one of your
Okay.
traits.
So I'm going to argue for that. Because he sucks at his job.
Okay. Yeah. Not a lot of that here. So what's your charm?
It is 4.
Okay. So that make it a 5.
I believe. Yes. It's a 4.
You burning any metals or anything, or?
I have metal that makes me better at talking to people.
Push on our
2 of
trust.
them.
Can
You have,
Oh,
you have
yeah,
2.
you-
yeah. I just couldn't
I
remember
am
which
more smooth.
ones. I'm going
Rations.
to. Oh, and now here is the the character choice, right?
Uh-huh.
Between soothing and rioting.
I guess
Because I'm-
you could soothe. You could do both. I mean, because you could
Yeah.
soothe away.
I can soothe away their
her,
concerns, or I can riot them
suspicions.
against my uncle. Which I
Porque
kind
no los dos?
of want to do that.
Sure.
I'm gonna do that.
I think right now. Okay, if your plan is to kind of what you're saying, because based on what you said, you called him a fool and stuff. So rioting her sense of concern and worry.
And maybe a little extra twinge of loyalty towards me. Maybe we can
Okay.
bump that one up a little bit.
Sure. Yeah. So with the way you like riot and soothe, you don't get to pick like towards me, towards somebody else. It's just like
No,
the
that
general
was just-
like emotion.
That was just me as a person.
Yeah, but I think with that, like I think riding those emotions may help you here. Again, it's more of an art than a science. So, you pick the emotions that you wish to riot.
Well, if it's an art,
Um,
one of my traits is that I am a dilettante. A patron of the
Damn you.
arts.
I stumbled into that one. I think we'll go with the drive
Damn
here
it.
instead. That one seems to apply more. I don't think you can get more than one trait
Probably not.
to apply. I'll pull up the thing, but
Well,
I'm pretty
it's on
sure.
record that I tried.
Oh no! For each trait that supports the action,
It's literally on my sheet that I have a patron of the arts.
I'll give it to you. So you get 2 more. So you get 3 for charm, or
You get
4
4
for
for
charm,
charm.
2 for traits, So that's 6, and then you get 4 more for your metal,
Or 10.
your power in.
This is the thing I am good at.
That is fair.
Listen to that sound. Oh, there's some 6s in here, Malfrere.
Do you have any pairs?
I've got a pair of 3s. And I've
Think
got
about
5
that.
6s.
Oh, okay. So
Which
5
seems
nudges.
like a lot.
That is a lot. So with 5 nudges, I mean, unless you can spend those nudges as you wish, but I will say that I think that's enough for you to gain her
Can I
loyalty here.
finagle some of the nudges to make sure the other guards in here are also on board?
Okay. Yeah, I'll. I mean, she is the captain, so it would be enough for her to convince the
Yeah, but I
guards
don't know
along
how
with
many
you to. Yeah, that's fair. Okay. So you spend 1 nudge for each of the remaining guards to get them on your side as well. And she pauses for a second. She goes, "Yes, my lady, I understand. I will keep this matter between us. We should make further arrangements to maintain the safety of the house as soon as possible."
Of course.
Right. I will leave 2 guards positioned down here to watch the prisoner. I assume you wish to interrogate?
Me? Yes.
Understood. Come with me. Looks to one of the other guards. And she bows and excuses herself from the room.
Easy enough.
So, what are we gonna do with our prisoner?
Find out why they want to break in while a Mistborn was tangoing with our dear lady.
Yeah, but how are we gonna go about that?
I suggest if you're squeamish, you step out of the room.
Oh, it's gonna be like that. Okay.
Could try the carrot before the stick.
Could offer to pay them. Offers him safety.
The call is yours then.
We'll try that. And if it doesn't work, and as long as you don't kill them.
That would be against the contract.
Right.
So I suppose it is good that your shot was not lethal up on the roof.
Well, it's up to you.
I cannot kill your kind. Does not mean I cannot impair them somewhat to make the fight a little bit easier. Given the opponent a Mistborn, I think we needed every advantage we can get.
Well, I thought it was very impressive.
Thank you.
I've never been any good with a bow.
ZaKeer will hold the door open.
Right. I suppose I'll ask nicely.
All right. You enter the small, side chamber that the guards were regarding, and you see the now tied up prisoner who is currently restrained to a chair in the center of the room. They appear to be ska. They are wearing kind of dirty, like brown linen ska shirt and pants, almost look like a worker. They look pretty ash covered across their face. You can see some signs of scars underneath some of the grime and the dirt. Hair is cut short, and they have a few bruises across their face and their eyes from the struggle when they were captured. A little bit of swelling from that, but they are conscious.
Hello. Welcome to my home.
They just sort of glare at you, but they don't say anything.
Do you know who I am? You may
Think they
answer
just-
freely. I'm not going to hurt you.
I know who you are. My lady.
So, you and some of your cohort tried to break into my home. And a friend of yours accosted me on the roof. I think I'm going to have a black eye, and I have a ball to go to this week, so I am not pleased.
His brow furrows a little bit when you mentioned the fight on the roof.
Who sent you?
I'm not saying nothing.
Alright, we won't start there. How much was I paying you?
I don't see why that matters.
Was I paying you?
Yeah, I wouldn't do this if I wasn't getting paid.
How much? Enough to find yourself in a situation like this. Enough to keep their secrets?
You're gonna kill me anyway. It doesn't matter what I say.
What is your name?
Dirk.
Dirk. Is that the sort of person you take me for? A killer?
You're all killers.
Who?
You. People like you.
What sort of people? Noble people? I've never killed anyone in my life.
Maybe not with your own hands.
But perhaps through others.
All nobles got blood on their hands one way or another.
I suppose you're right. But I'm not going to kill you.
Right.
I can offer you a lot of things, Dirk. Money, food, clothes, a home, a job. A life out of the ash, for the most part. But you're going to have to tell me some things.
I'm just supposed to believe you.
What sort of proof would you like?
Couldn't tie me for starters.
Are you armed?
Wouldn't have a very good guard captain there if I was.
I know a lot of people who hide a lot of things, Dirk. I have to ask.
I took everything off me.
Alright. Unties a man.
The guard sort of straightens. Milady, I am. Yes, milady. Okay. Violette, I'm gonna have you roll charm here. And it is going to be contested by their will.
Okay. So this seems like a great soothing situation.
Soothing would be good.
Me
yeah, I think.
personally. So I'd like to do that. Leave my brass a burning.
Okay. All right. I guess I said will. I'm going to go with their wits. Wills or resilience in this game.
So for my traits, I do have in one of mine underestimated infiltrator.
Okay. I'd allow that here.
Because I think most people probably underestimate, especially his perspective of just another, like, noble asshole, probably underestimates their capacity
Yeah.
for kindness.
Okay, so you're using charm. You are adding standing for, or adding a point or a die for your underestimated infiltrator trait.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're also burning brass to soothe.
Yeah. So I get my
Okay.
my metal, whatever. Right?
4, yeah.
Was it rating? Yeah. 4. It was 9.
Okay.
Come on.
They're gonna roll 4 to contest.
I've got a pair of 4s.
They got no pairs. So you succeed. So the guard goes over, unties them. I think he immediately stands up, which causes the guard to sort of jump a bit.
Alright, it's alright.
You hold the guard at bay, and Dirk doesn't move towards you or anything. He just kind of moves to the edge of the room, kind of the corner, doesn't want his back to anyone, and just kind of slides up there, looking around, kind of shifting a little bit as he rubs at some of the sore spots from when he had been grabbed by the guards. All right. So you're really gonna let me go?
Under the right set of circumstances, yes. But you are going to
It's
tell me
always
what I
something.
need to know. And you are going to make some promises. We both are.
Well, I don't see I got much of a choice here. I don't much trust in Noble's promise, but I'm gonna die either way, so hell, why not?
Would you like someone to tend to your wounds?
I'm fine. I've had worse at people like your hands.
Whose?
People.
Dirk.
I don't know who. Random noble on the street comes past. I look the wrong way. Guard beats me. I don't work fast enough. Taskmaster beats me. Don't right matter who.
That is not how we do things in this house.
Right. Because you're different.
Who sent you?
My boss.
I'm sure you think you're very funny.
I run with a crew. Leader of that crew. Nasty bastard named Sting.
And why were you sent to my home?
I don't really know. Boss told us that it'd be an easy mark. Just got into town. Said someone wanted something important.
But you don't know what.
I got left behind. I wasn't really given much information. I'm not really the least disposable on the crew.
So that must be a bad feeling.
Used to it.
I know more about that than you think.
Sure.
So, your friend on the roof.
I don't rightly know whoever you're talking about. My whole team was in the courtyard.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Sent 4 of us out. Echo led the group. He had the details on the job. I was just supposed to get the door open.
And the other two, what was their names?
I can't believe you're going to make me come up with names for all these characters.
You said one, I just assumed you had more.
Jack and Knife, they were brothers.
Bless
Yep,
them!
Jack and Knife. Not to be confused with Jack the Knife, who's a Max the Knife.
Oh,
Was
no,
different.
I've heard of him. Dirk, what do you know about my family?
Not much. I don't even know your name. All I know is you're new to this city. Makes you an easy mark.
Not easy enough. There was
Apparently.
an obligator on my roof and still you failed.
See him grow visibly nervous. at that. You gotta believe I know nothing about that. We wouldn't run with an obligator.
What about the Mistborn?
No, ma'am. I don't rightly believe in those sorts of things anyway.
Good.
That's all I know. Sting's got a lair not too far from here. If you want revenge or whatever against the rest of the crew, I don't really care. I don't know them all that well.
Can you describe exactly where it is?
Yeah. There's a butcher shop about a quarter mile east of the square. It's under that.
How big is the crew?
Not counting me. 8, I think, was the most I ever saw there. They don't really run jobs together. But all of them do what Sting says.
This Sting. Well, I'd ask what sort of person he is, but you've already told me he's a bastard.
Yeah. But it knows how to run a crew. No one rats on him. So I can't really go back. RJ.
At this
And
point,
y'all are free to chime in. You guys are either in the room or just outside the room.
ZaKeer walks in. He has a bag over one shoulder and will shut the door. Nod to Dirk and the lady and kind of starts setting up.
What do you start setting up?
There's like a mallet, a kitchen knife, a saw. Oh, are we not doing this?
Hold up. I thought we had. I promise I told you everything.
Apologies. What are you doing?
Just getting some tools ready, my lady. I can see the interrogation is going well, though, so I'll just clean up. By the by, we do need more staff in the house. There was an incident and some openings have filled out.
This is true.
Also, if we do want to... Apologies, I did listen in a bit. Talk to this Sting character. Well, Dirk, you and I are going to get to know each other. I don't have to eat people to assume their identities. I just have to talk to them long enough.
Yeah, there are multiple ways you can do it. The corpse gives you an advantage in the game's mechanics. If you have the corpse, you get a certain advantage, or if you're intimately familiar with them, you can get an equal advantage. Yeah, there are different levels. Yeah, that you can
That's
do it.
cool.
Yeah. I think it's the book's way. I again don't know how close it is to the Mistborn lore. I haven't really looked into that, but I think it's the game's way of not making you murder hobo your way.
I
through.
like that.
Yeah, no, in the actual lore, you eat the person.
Yeah.
In this one, you just eat their
I
friendship.
take them on a date, and we get to know each other.
It's nice.
Intimately.
And it's nice. And you give them
And
the
I
right
kind of
gifts.
take that as like you're not fully like you're not fully assuming everything about them, but you're becoming convincing enough in your performance that somebody who doesn't know them intimately might mistake you as them, or like you can alter your appearance and combine with like their personality and their mannerisms to
Yeah, it's like
maybe
passable.
Well,
like
depending how
make
much
up for the fact that
information
you
they
don't
give you.
have it made to make up for like not having a one-to-one recreation of their like
Okay.
I would say you unless you had like a noble's bones or like I'm trying to think of an example.
You guys
You
and your
couldn't
bones.
impersonate a cat if you didn't have a cat's bones, but as long as you have something similar, you could
I could try
You
to
could-
fake it till I make it.
yeah. If you
Like
had
a
a
weird dog.
cougar, you could maybe be close to it.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, there are mechanics and there are rules in the game for how it works. So
I like the not having to murder them part.
Yeah.
yeah, no, it's wholesome.
Well,
Take your targets out on a date. Get to know them.
Yeah, I pulled it up. So the mimicry, the difficulty changes based on how familiar you are with them.
Okay.
So it's a difficulty 1, so it's the easiest if you are either studied the target for a month or more, or have the target's intact corpse is a difficulty 1, versus like the most difficult is like difficulty 5 for impersonating somebody is study the target for less than an hour or have less than half of their bones.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
it scales depending on how much of the corpse or information you have.
So now I'm over here trying to do the math of, okay, which bones are the juiciest in terms of knowledge and impersonation skills?
I would imagine the face bones are the most important. The body you can kind of make up for.
Yeah.
you eat their skull, you're like ready to go.
Yeah.
That's where all the thoughts are.
No thoughts. Head empty.
Face bones empty.
Yeah.
Only thoughts.
Oh.
Okay. Sorry, continue with if there are any more questions you wanted to ask or anything.
Duck,
Yeah.
you cannot go back to your crew.
No.
Do you have family here?
Not in Luthadel, no.
But you have family.
Yeah, I've got some family out on some of the plantations to the east.
Do they rely on you?
Yeah, I send them what coin I can.
So we cannot send you back to them.
There wouldn't be much for me to earn out there.
Alright.
Not enough to keep them fed.
You work for me now.
What would you want me to do?
What are your skills? I have a few openings.
I was sort of the muscle for the crew.
Perfect. 2 of my guards are dead.
Well, don't really want to end up the same way, to be honest. But that sounds reasonable.
There will be some rules to follow. You will be watched closely for a long time. But I will pay you, I will feed you, I will clothe you, I will outfit you. And if you need somewhere to stay, you have it.
Right. Yes. Milady.
Close enough.
The understanding being you work for me. You work for me. Only.
Understood. Milady.
My name is Violette. This is House Laurent.
Thank you for the opportunity, Lady Violette.
How big is your family?
Well, there are about 12 in total. My wife, 2 kids, my brother, his family, and my uncle. He's still around, last I heard.
Your wife and children are not here with you.
I didn't want to bring him this way for the work that I was looking for.
It's much safer to have family outside of Luthadel when it comes to various occupations.
I will have you tell Hadzel where they live. We will send them something. Some money. Some clothes. As a token of trust.
I appreciate the offer. I do want to send them. I'm not sure I trust you enough yet to tell you where they are.
Right.
If the offer stands, though, I can make the arrangements.
Yes, it does. I will not have the family of my staff going hungry.
Thank you. God damn it. Just read the chat.
So, Dirk, what are your thoughts on revenge?
Never gone really seeking it myself.
Well, we might want information out of this Sting character. We're not going to involve you directly, per se. I just need to borrow your... You know, the way I have to say it doesn't make it sound any better. I need to borrow your face for a while.
I'm sorry, I'm mighty attached to my face.
Master ZaKeer, this may be a bit much for Dirk here. He has had a rather trying evening. Perhaps you should broach this subject in the morning.
Is this one all right?
No.
Gonna go return the stuff to the kitchen.
Thank you. So, should I just sleep here?
There are rooms available. You will be, as Mistress Violette said, kept under watch, but there's no reason you can't have a bed this evening.
like a noble's bed with sheets and.
Nothing quite that fancy, but it will certainly be a bedroll on the floor.
Right. Sounds fair.
It's warm.
All right.
Are you hungry?
I could eat, yeah.
I think we
My lady.
must have some leftovers from dinner, yes?
Sure, there's something that can be arranged.
Before they go to waste.
All right. We can skip through the sleeping arrangements and food for Dirk.
No,
You
this
get
is the
set
game
up.
now. We are giving Dirk the
No.
best
Okay,
life he can.
it's become a Dirk care sim. It's like a Tamagotchi, but a person.
Dirk needs to
take-
poop.
Gonna take care of him.
And of course, he's gonna die the next time the house is attacked.
We're just
my
giving
God.
Val some ammo to use against us. It's great.
Yup.
I'm just gonna put. I put Dirk's name on here. and put crew loves Dirk.
Yeah,
If you
I mean, they
hurt-
say
Dirk.
Hold on, the crew might love Dirk. ZaKeer is indifferent.
give your
The
GM
players
knives. We've
enjoy
given him a
Dirk.
Dirk.
Oh dear.
Did you think we were gonna adopt the hostage?
Nope. You all always surprise me. All
Surprising.
right. Dirk is on.
I'm
this NPC
nice,
list
damn
is
it.
Growing very quickly.
It's always how it
Alright.
happens.
I would like
the
to-
one you least expect to become an NPC is suddenly
Really what it is.
Yeah.
upgraded.
I would like to feed and clothe Dirk and give him a place to sleep. Make sure he's with the guards so they can watch him.
Okay.
Let him take a shower. He's probably not feeling so great. Get some hot water
Okay.
on those bruises.
All
And then
right.
put together a little care package for his family that he can send that has too much money in it.
Okay. So I'm writing down all his notes. All right. You spend the next bit of time, 2 hours doing that. It's almost morning at this point.
Nope, not gonna do that.
RJ,
Now you have to share with the
would you
class.
like to share? with
God
the
damn,
class?
why? Every time.
Mute your mic if you don't want to share.
Okay.
I'm so worried he's gonna murder Dirk and take his place.
No, I was gonna put one of my spare skulls in a package and send it to Sting's butcher shop.
We can be mean to Sting.
Like as a we killed your employee or just as a general threat.
I mean, assumedly, because Dirk didn't come back.
ZaKeer just sends a note with a handprint that says, "We know."
We know.
We know. Oh, that's so mean.
No, it's a handprint that says, "You're next."
You're next.
On the note of Sting, as someone who is street savvy, do I know who Sting is potentially? Have I heard of this crew? This other one?
Yeah, I would say as you're a informant,
Yeah.
I would say you're pretty informed on all the active thieving crews. Yeah, you're familiar with Sting as a crew leader. Has been for a few years now. Doesn't run a lot of this sort of job for you, based on your knowledge, does not seem like his style. Typically, it's shaking down caravans and other lesser nobles that wandering the streets and stuff, running smash and grab jobs, that sort of thing. Breaking into a noble's estate in the middle of the night does not seem like a typical job that
Okay.
Sting would run.
It's not the
We could use them for the barge.
We're gonna slowly acquire this entire team for ourselves.
Boy.
So maybe
Man,
don't send
the
them a
list is gonna get
skull,
bigger.
'cause that's going to make it hard for Dirk to show up and be like, "Hey, I've
By
got
the
this
by,
job."
Got this job. Yeah, all right. Pause on the skull. I'll save that for another
Well,
noble
sir,
Yeah,
family.
yeah, that's nice.
We'll definitely circle back around to the skull.
Just imagine ZaKeer as a little kid, like, skull? No, ZaKeer. Oh.
Oh.
ZaKeer, what do you have? A skull!
No.
Hey, promise you want to ask any questions? Sure. All right, I need a skull. Okay, only if you promise if you don't ask where I got them from. What? Skulls.
How many viral
Skull.
videos can we do?
Just keep pulling them out.
This one is my favorite. His name is Patches.
So what is the plan now? We could probably do a short breather here too, if we wanted.
Yeah.
How do
I-
others do again?
I need heal.
At some point, we need to actually discuss the obligator, but I don't think we have time left in today's session to have
That's
that kind
okay.
of drama.
Yeah, maybe we should. Okay.
We could wrap up with a
yeah.
conversation here and then do a breather in the next session if we wanted.
Okay. And kind of okay, so like we'll plan our plan next time.
Yeah.
Okay, but we can have a chat. We're still debriefing about what happened tonight.
Mhm.
Yes. So you've set Dirk up with housing and food, and it's like I said, the sun that you can see the reddish glow of the sun coming through the mists outside. It dawn is steadily approaching. It's been a long evening, and maybe the four of you are currently in the kitchens debriefing on what's going on.
So an obligator, huh?
This is
I'm blunt.
It's great.
did not believe that there would be obligator Mistborn. Do not know if you all quite understand the danger this poses to us. Obviously, you are aware of the obligators and their connection to the Steel Ministry.
Yeah. Don't mess with them.
But for me in particular, this poses a dire threat.
Wait, can you
If you're asking if I can use allomancy, Mistress Mouse, no, I cannot. However, I can use a much rarer and set of abilities that have been systematically hunted and eliminated by the Final Empire. I am what you might know of as well, obviously I am a terraceman, but I am a keeper who practices the art of feruchemy.
We just got all sorts of fairy tales in the same room together.
Indeed.
Are they really fairy tales, though, if they're all true?
Man, if you asked me 2 days ago, I would say no, they were not true, and now I know both of you. I mean, I knew Hadzel, but I didn't know. So you can, like, kind of do stuff like Violette can?
It utilizes the same metals, but the skills are different. As an example, and Hadzel will tap some pewter, and again, that sort of just suddenly
Get up.
muscles. And then, does it for an instant and just back to his normal state.
Lord, rude. That's something else.
By the Lord Ruler, indeed. It is through his efforts that we have had to go into hiding. That said, I have felt that these abilities should perhaps be put to better use. But perhaps now I see the wisdom in why the other keepers do their utmost to remain so hidden. If the obligator decides to report back on me to the Steel Inquisitors, we may have one breathing down our necks.
We need to know why he was here in the first place.
Would it be possible for, because my specialty Coppermind is about the the noble
Genealogy.
courts and genealogy. Could I search it to see if I have any idea who this obligator was, having seen his face?
Yes, since your specialty is genealogy or the history of the noble courts, I would allow that. Let's go ahead and roll. So this will be wits.
Okay.
Should Coppermind give you an advantage? Give you like a
So-
dice bonus?
For tapping the Coppermind, for each charge you tap, you regain one lost sword piece of information or learned trait, recalling it with perfect clarity and accuracy. Though any flaws in the information or traits still apply, exactly, only, and always as they did when the memory was first stored. As these memories are indelible. Okay, so for every 2 charges you tap, you gain 1 die that may be added to any pool for a task related to or supported by the regained memory or trait.
Okay, so it'll be wits based. So you let me know how many charges you want to tap to try to.
Yeah. Because I imagine this is going to be, this guy's identity is going to be rather closely guarded secret. I'll do the most that I can at once, which is 30. Which I guess gives me a 15 to my dice pool.
You can only have a max. Well, you can have a
Yeah.
max of 10.
Right. Okay.
And
A little
every
overkill.
every bit over 10 gives you an extra, gives you a nudge.
Right.
So.
So I will also say, because Farrakhan has that if you tap 10 or more charges, for, as an example, for 30 charges tap, you recall an entire week with perfect clarity, all at once, though. But yeah, let's see. I'm reading more about what tapping 10 at once does. I guess they say that 10 or more charges is for like if you're trying to share information. Okay, I don't know that that's going to be immediately relevant, but okay. So then let's see. So wits is 4. So if I did 12 charges, that would get me up to my dice pool of 10. Except
Okay.
Well, because here we get into the thing, because like my specialty is the genealogist.
Yeah, and I would say that would count as an extra die
Mhm.
as a trait, so you don't
So
necessarily
you
need
don't
to
have to
spend as much.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if I do like 10 charges, that should get me up to 10d6.
Yeah. I was also saying your drive acquires secret knowledge
Okay.
might apply here too.
So 8 charges. I mean, I'm gonna get up to a dice pool of 10. It's
Yeah,
just
just how many
what-
charges you have to spend.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so you can roll 10 dice. I will say this will be a difficult task. So let me check my sheet here. Do I want to say this is a 3 or a 4? 3 is difficult, 4 is very hard. I'm going to put this at a 3.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and do the 10 charges just to get that extra die for the free nudge. Just
Okay.
in case this goes horribly wrong. Though I will have at least one pair somewhere in this.
But like what? Okay, like horribly wrong. Like what could go?
If
what
it's
could-
like only ones.
okay, but like what
The
is there
nudges
still
may
the
help
downside
you-
though?
Yeah, yeah. There's not necessarily a risk, but
Yeah.
the nudge, having the free nudge, might help you gain some information. Maybe not exactly the information that you're
Okay.
trying to get. If you don't roll any other sixes, you're rolling 10 dice.
Mm-hmm.
You need a pair of threes, or a couple of sixes,
Yeah.
and or a couple of sixes.
Good luck.
Okay.
Pair of fives.
Pair of fives and a
You have 3
6 in
fives.
there.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have a pair of fives and 2 nudges then?
Yep.
All right. Well, that's also good to know that I didn't have to bother too much of what the difficulty of the task was going to be, because no matter what I set it at, you were going to succeed on it. You think over you tap your metal mind related to some of the research that you've done on genealogy, and you come through like records, like his like records of birth and of like many of the noble houses, kind of going through those in succession, looking for the face. And it is difficult because the face of this person is not someone, it would not be as it was sketched or kept in record. But judging by their features and what you're looking at, you do identify this individual. They were a noble of one of the great houses, fifth born noble son of their family, and when they reached adulthood, they left to their house, giving up their claim on title and land to join the ministry, the Steel Ministry. And you identify them as Lord Cedric Alariel, formerly of House Alariel.
Yeah.
So I think you see Hadzel will probably, because he's got some studs up near his temple, probably doesn't need to actually do it, but for dramatic sake puts a finger up on it and like closes his eyes, and it's almost like REM sleep for a short little while. The assailant tonight was formerly of House Alariel, Lord Cedric Alariel.
I said Steel Ministry. I meant the Canton of Inquisition, is what I meant. They're not of the Steel. Mm-hmm. They're not a Steel Minister.
Okay. Like, oh shit.
So, it is possible that he is helping his family in some clandestine matters. Either that or this is a very interesting coincidence.
I mean, it's got to be a coincidence, right? We're not. I mean, yeah, we have plans to do something about that house, but we haven't made that many moves yet.
Perhaps they were keeping an eye on Master Sacha.
And we do know that House Chevalier has been asking after us. They're affiliated with Alariel.
It's true. So what are the odds of him keeping that information private? Or we gotta do something about him?
Unless he is a very corrupt individual and seeks to exploit this knowledge for personal gain, I can't imagine he would keep it. He would not report it.
Okay. It does not look okay, but she sort of like hunches in on herself and kind of like visibly gets very like anxious.
It may be prudent for me to leave the household for some time.
I don't like it, but you're right.
Well, how good you are keeping low, Hadzel.
Well, there are some tricks. I was going to say there are some tricks I can do, but I don't have the metal mind for that.
Oh, darn it.
Well, we'll see what we can do about procuring you that metal mind. But in the time being, I can't believe I get to use this twice a day. I'm going to need to borrow your face. If Hadzel is seen leaving Luthadel, going off to one of the plantations or cities outside, maybe it'll draw the Inquisition away.
That's a good idea.
That may be our best course of action for the moment. So I will still find a place to lie low, as it were, for the time being.
I'm sure I can set you up with something. Or people I can work with.
Would be greatly appreciated.
I will need, something when I return. I plan to take the bones of an owl with me, as well as his body. I'll do my conjure thing, get as far away from Luthadel as possible, and then dump the bones somewhere, transform back into an owl, and fly back.
Bones.
Though I might need to get some horsehair dyed blonde. I don't think I have anything in my repertoire as stylish as yours.
As you consider the possibilities of taking Hadzel's appearance and work on the logistics of that, I'm gonna bring us out with one last scene. As the sun has risen over Luthadel, a figure tucking a bundle into a bag, carrying over their shoulder and around, currently bobbing at their waist, an obligator exits an alleyway, striding confidently across the street, though limping slightly from the injury to the back of their leg, as they approach a small, nondescript building in the center of the Ska slums. Obligator Cedric enters the building and ascends a flight of stairs, the building itself being boarded on the outside and seemingly abandoned within. Reaches the top of the stairs, walks through, where there is a simple chamber, several desks set against the wall, a few maps scattered about with drawings and diagrams written across them, and another obligator sitting at the table, sitting at one of the desks across the way. He calmly places his bag to the side and hears a voice rasping behind him. Obligator, you abandoned your post. Why? Cedric turns calmly, though the pit of his stomach is on edge, as he looks back at the gleaming spikes reflecting off of the metal implements embedded through the skull of a steel inquisitor standing in the corner of the room. The other obligator at their post, trying to remain calm, and distance from this conversation. Cedric faces the obligator, bows slightly, and says, "Yes, I had some business to take care of for the High Prelin. There were some discrepancies in the accounting he asked me to look into." The Steel Inquisitor takes a step forward, and though his face is expressionless except for a twisted grin, his rasping voice clicks once again. "No mind. Follow me. We have other business to discuss." The Steel Inquisitor turns on his heel, descending down the steps. Cedric sighs, leaves his pack, and follows. And that's where we're going to end our session for tonight.
Ah!
Hell no.
Oh no. Oh no. This will be fine.
Good session, everybody.
Yeah.
Plots and schemes and intrigue, and this is everything I wanted. So yeah, good game. Let's go ahead and do our questions here,
Oh dang.
which I did not create a convenient list of. So I'm just going to go back to where I was before. All right, so at the end of the session, do I have some peppier music to put on? How about Peaceful Place? Is this actually peaceful?
No, not at all.
No?
Like peaceful, like dead.
Let's go back to...
Just put on
This
Chuck
one's okay.
Kick-Ass.
Yeah, I'll do that. Okay, so we have some questions to earn advancements. For each one of these you answer yes to, you will gain a advancement to add to your sheet. So, let's see. Did you complete a scheme or achieve a personal goal? I don't think we completed any schemes today.
No.
All right. Did you make a critical choice at a turning point in the game? I don't think this was a turning point. I wouldn't say that. Did you reveal a powerful secret? I think at least one of you. Did we count Violette for revealing her secret as a Mistborn last time?
Did that last time.
Did I do it last time? I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Because I purposefully didn't tell them last time.
Yeah. That's fair. Okay. Did you defeat a central villain?
Central? No.
I mean,
We sure
only.
as
Only
as
villain.
heck took care of someone though. Can we get XP for that?
How much did we pamper Dirk this session? 1 million XP.
Did you take care of your Tamagotchi?
All right. Did you fulfill your character's destiny? I don't think anybody did that. Overcome a tragedy? No. Grappling with one of your character's burdens? I don't think any of you... some of you received a burden today. I don't know if anyone grappled with it today.
If anything, I received my burden because of grappling.
Fair.
It's true.
Did you achieve something that is vital to the story or the crew's survival?
With
Don't think we've
learning the obligator's identity.
And learning about
Okay.
staying in the operation.
Okay. Yeah, I'll allow that. Did you stay in character? I think everybody got that.
Tried.
Did you selflessly improve the quality of the game for everyone. I think everyone did that too.
I adopted
Unless-
Dirk.
Yeah.
That was for
right.
everyone.
What about
Aw.
did you attend the session?
Huh?
What about did you attend the session, or is that not a?
We're going with the staying in character and selflessly improving the quality of the game being two.
Yeah.
These are going to be two gimmies that y'all will get every week at least. So everybody gets two advancements for that, or gets those advancements. I don't know.
Mhm.
I hope y'all were tallying how many you said yes to. All right. Has anyone gotten enough to do an improvement yet?
I could, yes, because I remember last time looking and like it only makes sense as a ferrochemist to hold up to 6, and I now have 7.
How much
Okay.
is improvement?
So
Uh,
it depends on the cost.
Depends,
So
yeah.
they're on
Uh-oh.
page 122 of the book. I'll screenshot. I'll
122.
put it in the thing. I'll put it on roll as well. With 2, you can change a trait. So you can replace an existing trait. So this is a way you can modify some of your character stuff, either because of the narrative or something else you want to pursue with your character, or just if you have a trait that you're like, this wasn't as useful as I thought it was going to be. 4, you can gain a new stunt. This says Allomancers and Conjure only, so I think maybe a Mistborn could gain a stunt as well. I just think you can't become a Savant as a Mistborn, so you're locked out of those stunts.
Yeah, no, Allomancers does include Mistborn, I checked.
Okay, so you could buy a new stunt, or with 4 you can gain a new trait. So if you want to add a new trait to your character, you can do that as well. With 5, you can increase an attribute. So you can increase your hero's physique, charm, or wits by 1 to a maximum of 6. Increasing your pools, your resiliences along with those. You can also increase the standing with 5. 6, you can recover from mortal burden. Nobody has those. You can also use 6 to increase a power rating. So if you're a ferrochemist or a allomancer or a Khandra, which I think is everyone here, you can increase a power rating by 1 to a maximum of 10. But if you're a Mistborn or a ferrochemist, you're not increasing all of them. You're only increasing one of your metals. So you can pick a metal you want to get better at. For mouse,
Takes a lot
you're
more
just
time.
increasing your.
I've only got the one.
Only got that one, but you're gonna be really good at that one.
I'm gonna be really good. I mean, I only need to do it twice, and then I can become a savant.
Yeah. And if you're a Khandra, you can increase your mimicry rating by 1 with that. And then 10, you can snap into a misting. We talked about this before. Nobody gain a there's also like further advancements. Or gain a hemalurgic spike, which varies. So I get to decide how much that costs.
Oh, geez. No, thanks. Okay, but we only get that advancement for like a long breather, right? Or does
Yes.
any
Yes.
breather work? Okay.
Well, it says, according to you may only make 1 improvement to your hero during each breather, no matter. Okay, is it? Yeah, a long breather.
Okay, and we're just taking like a baby one.
So
A short
next time
breather?
would be a short breather, unless I'm gonna also kind of work with y'all. If you really want to take a long breather, we can make that work. There just might be things might progress and happen while y'all are taking a long breather. You also don't have to if we call for a long breather, it doesn't mean nothing happens. Characters can sit out for a long breather if they want to, or they can. You can do things. There are just only certain things you can get if you decide to take other actions. I don't know if that might have been complicated for me to explain. So some things you only get if you do nothing else during a long breather. I don't think advancements are one of them. I can double check though. But it just means there's not going to be any action. You're not going to be doing any heists or making any major story things during that breather. So yeah. It doesn't say with a long breather that you can't do other things. It just you just have to. You can't do any major story stuff. Nothing that involve rolling.
Okay.
So does that all make sense?
Yes. So I say
All right.
we just take a little one.
Yeah, and a short breather can be an hour to a day. Long breather's multiple days or longer.
Yeah.
So we could do a short breather next session. You guys can recover and then build up some more points to take a long breather later once you've dealt with some of these schemes that y'all are planning.
Yeah.
Because we do have a ball at House Venture later in the week that we were planning for.
Ah, yes.
Which I have prepared some stuff for when we
Fancy
get there.
times.
And then there was the canal route attack, which isn't time sensitive. Canals are always running. So
Yeah, I'd like to talk to Sting and his group before doing that.
okay. Yeah, so we can talk about things. Again, very little of what y'all have on your plate is like very time sensitive right now, where it would have to be accomplished for a long breather, except for the venture ball. You'd have to wait for the next ball if you wanted to do that. So, and that might rotate the cast of characters that are present at the ball. So, all right. I think that's going to be it. We'll go ahead and call it here because we're way over time. We will, however, just for the channel announcements, we will not be back in 2 weeks. We'll be out of town because I will be...
It's Val's birthday!
I will be 30 that day, and that makes me sad. So
It's great. 30 is great.
So I'm we will be busy and not be able to play that week, but hopefully we'll be back the 2 weeks after that, I believe, because all of our September plans got moved around and making new ones and figuring out what we can do since the world is bad. But yeah, we will we'll keep you updated in the announcements. Join our Discord if you want to see what's going on the channel, and join us for all of our shows, like tomorrow for Thursday's Children. We'll be playing Vesen. Follow all the crew here on their social medias. Join us for all of our games. Buy stuff from our merch store. Do all the things. Does anyone have anything they want to plug or promote before we get going? Nope. All right. Well, thank you to my lovely players for being here, being awesome, making this a joy to run, and thank you everyone out there for watching. We will see everyone next time. And until then, good game and good night, Internet.